Yo, what's going on out there, my viewers, my listeners? Welcome to Canada Culture Meets World Culture, right here on RiotRadio.ca. I'm your host, DJ Lady Supa, and we have a special guest that came in the building. No other than the author slash mentor, Makini Smith. Here she is live, guys. She's
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
I like the big smiles on her face right now, man. Special guest in the building right now. Actually, we're going to be talking about some stuff today, like struggles to success. And no other than Makini Smith to let us know about her journey. Those that don't know, make sure you go check her out at
the real Makini Smith.
Instagram. So we got some books here, some editions and stuff that I want to get into. So I'm very excited because this is my first time getting to hold these books. Woo! I Walk in My Stilettos. We got that one for the first edition. Then we have the 111 affirmations to help you heal. I like that. Look, it's all sexy and everything. You guys check out this book. And then we got gratitude. Oh man, this is the hardcover.
Yeah, gratitude journal.
Ooh, we moving our way up. So, Makini, thank you for coming in here live in the building at Riot Radio.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. So I want to get into some things and let's discuss like the journey. We're gonna get into these editions and how you came up with a long walk in my stilettos. I keep on thinking a long walk in my stilettos.
It's been a long walk.
Yeah, because I'm like, every time I look at her, I'm like, she's been walking long. You know, so that's why I probably say that. So excuse me for there. But yeah, exactly. So let's just discuss what inspired you to write these books and or even to be an author.
Wow. So I guess in high school, like I was always a good writer. Writing was always my thing. Straight A student, great at that. But after going through all these adversities from, you know, growing up in government housing to a single mom, becoming a teenage mom and whatnot, after my sister passed away, I was going to some support groups and they were asking me like, you know, how are you able to deal with this? You should, you know, me sharing my story, they're like, wow, you need to write that in a book.
Oh,
so wonderful. I wrote in a book.
So like everything you in a book, in these editions, I guess, right?
Yeah, so the first one is really my story, but it's got tips and tools on how to help anybody get through adversity. So the second one was a spin-off of that because people were asking, how are you still able to stay so positive after going through all those negative things? And it's affirmations.
Exactly, and just being strong and stuff. And then again, sitting there and writing and putting into a book. But how did you come to want to just put it all in a book? Because a lot of times everybody thinks about writing a book, but nobody really actually thinks about, you know, actually putting it together, publishing it. But you've done a lot of the work yourself, especially as promoting yourself and putting yourself on. So how did we get there?
So when I first decided I wanted to write a book, I was reaching out to different publishers through LinkedIn and so on and so forth about the process and how it works. And my first publishing deal, they gave me the deal and it didn't work out.
Right.
We didn't see eye to eye.
You know those ones, right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So I canceled that deal and I signed another publishing deal with a publisher who was about women empowerment.
Nice.
And I realized there was too many restrictions and I didn't want to associate myself with certain things, so I decided to go self-publish.
Oh, independent. And that's one of the things I love, the fact that you decided to keep up. A lot of people think that, you know, when they get that no, that's the end all be all, right? But that's just one door.
One door.
One door that led to 3 books.
Exactly.
You know? So, and
3
here
books
we are.
in 3 years.
You see? There you go. So this one, how long did it take you to write the first edition?
So the first one, I actually had to rewrite that about 2 or 3 times. The first time I wrote it for the first publisher, I really didn't have any guidance. I really didn't know much of what I was doing. And it was pretty short and pretty basic.
Right.
And when I started to write the second time, the instructions were, you know, people like it the real and raw. So I had to go through some healing and you know, remove the shame and get rid of my own insecurities about things so that I can be able to write about it to help other people.
Right.
And that took maybe another month or so. So it was pretty quick. Like the first time, maybe 3 months. The second time, revising it maybe took another month. But I actually took time off because I was doing real estate at the time.
Nice.
And I put a complete halt and focused every day on writing. Put my kids to bed, and I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning, like writing.
Yeah, and so following your dreams kind of thing. So this was your passion. So everything all in one in this book is like what led you to this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So some of the struggles and stuff you're talking about and things like that. What are things that, you know, you may have struggled with that even that be an obstacle, but you got over, and it came out in this book? What are some things that you actually spoke about that you found like, you know what, we need to hear?
Okay, so I guess we can start with the fact that I had my first child at 17.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of young girls who have their kids young, statistics say they're going to grow up to be on welfare and not do well in life.
Yeah.
I never wanted to be a statistic. So that, I talk about that in the book and how I was able to become
being a young mom
a
and
valuable
stuff.
member to society and to give back and to travel the world doing what I want to do.
Exactly. So that was your first hit, and then after. So how many children do you have right now?
I have three.
Three.
I have three. I
That's
don't call them
nice.
children. I have three grown folks.
Yeah, you're so young. You're fabulous.
My
for three.
eldest is turning 20.
20.
Yes.
Wow.
My eldest is turning 20. My middle child is 16, and my son is turning 12 in February.
Nice. So they must be so proud of you, just to see that the fact that, you know what, here your mom is, kind of put together everything in a book. And how do they feel in terms of, because I know I have a son as well, but I'm just thinking, like, if I was to write a book, he'd probably be like, Mom, no, you know. But how do they feel reading like everything that you put forth in the book?
I feel like they're pretty proud of me. I've been I guess put on display at all of their schools for their school stuff. They write book reports on me. They do projects on me. I've gone in to speak to their class.
Nice.
I bring them with me when I do book signings. So
nice. Book signing. That's amazing too. So another thing. But how did you come up with the concept of walking my stilettos though? Let me know, girl. Let's get into that.
So originally, my title was A Walk in My Shoes, because it was just sharing my story. But I was known as the stiletto girl. Even when I was in real estate, all my branding was related to stilettos.
So you have a lot of stilettos, I guess.
I collect shoes.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm a stiletto girl.
Yeah.
So I switched it to Walk in My Stilettos, but because it's a form of empowerment, you know, stepping higher, walking in your purpose, all of that.
Oh yeah. Make me want to get some stilettos. Stop. Like, I know you guys want to see me some stilettos? Yeah, maybe. Don't trip. I've worn stilettos. They hurt, so I can just imagine what her journey's been like wearing all those stilettos. Yeah, for sure. So what was your reaction having your first book though? Like actually getting it finished and having it in your hand when it arrived, you know?
You know what? It was like giving birth to a baby. You know, you're working on something for 9 months and it's in the process, and you know, you're working, you're excited, waiting for it to come. And when it comes, you're like an emotional mess. You know, I cried when I got my draft copy.
Yeah.
But when it was, I guess, after my book launch, when it was released to the public, I was like terrified. I thought to myself, what did I just do? I basically gave the world access to part of my diary.
It's like a journal for you, exactly, yeah.
But it was therapeutic, so it's good.
And I feel like that's a good thing. Like a lot of us women, remember like back in the days when you're a little girl, you have a little journal, you start writing. I just stopped writing in journals because like for me it was like my journal, like my brother got my journal and then he gave it to my mom and that terrified me. I'm like, my mom read my journal, so I never wrote a journal. I swear to you, a day after that, right?
Wow.
So I just keep everything in my head, right? But I guess for you, like friends and family, how do they take to everything that's in here and things like that, like and supporting and things?
There's a lot of people that are extremely supportive, and I mean I don't use any names in there. I think the only name I actually use is my sister, who she passed away. So people have been pretty supportive of the book and the content in the book, and majority of the people that I guess are the biggest supporters are women who are in the position that I've been in and had no idea how to get through that. So it's been a source of inspiration for women all over the world. Yeah.
So in terms of transitioning from being a real estate and leaving your job and everything and just kind of leaving that behind to be an author. Now you're an author. You're an author. So how does it feel to be an author then?
It feels good.
Yeah.
I mean, the transition, when the book was first coming out, I kind of lost my passion for real estate at that point anyway. And everyone's like, well, you're going to come out as an author? Like, okay, well, what do you do?
Yeah.
So I kept my real estate license. I think I had my real estate license for about 7 years full time. But it slowly just transitioned. I've just focused on what I was passionate about. You know, real estate was a great opportunity at the time. But it wasn't what I was passionate about. It wasn't my passion.
Waking up every day and you just didn't find yourself just being a real estate agent for the rest of your life kind of thing.
So when the book came out and it started to do well and I got opportunities to, you know, get paid to speak in different places and starting to mentor people, I was like, let me just focus on what I'm passionate about. And
so that's amazing. So like, walk us through, instead of just walking us through a day in or walking your stilettos, just walk us through how does your day start as an author? You wake up and now you're an author.
Sometimes it's glamorous, sometimes it's not so glamorous.
Right.
You know, I wake up in the morning and I do my affirmations, and I do write in my gratitude journal every morning. I say my prayers. I get up, I wake up my son for school, like, you know, the usual.
So regular mom stuff still.
Regular mom stuff, definitely. I'd say I'm a full-time mom. I'm very involved in my kids' lives.
Good stuff.
So after, you know, he's gone to school and the mom duties on pause,
Yeah.
then I focus on the work stuff. I have clients that I mentor.
Nice.
You know, I do a lot of my own PR.
Oh,
and
sweet.
So, you know, sending out email pitches. And
So your day's pretty busy.
Always. My day's always busy.
Yeah, so it's more like from a real estate standpoint, it's more busy now because of the fact of it's like you have to put certain things in place, promote certain things. So it's not just like selling a house now, right?
No.
So what's the difference you think in terms of you're able to walk a client into a house and sell a house versus now selling a book?
I think it's a little, I would say it's a little, it's not as complicated,
Yeah.
but because it's what I love,
Right.
I'm still having fun doing it.
Yes.
So whether it be the marketing side of it, whether it be talking to people about it, whether it be the mentoring side of it, all
Yeah.
of it, I love it. So it doesn't seem like work. Like I do this 24/7. Sometimes
it.
I'm up late at night till 3 o'clock in the morning,
I love it.
researching stuff or, you know.
And just writing and things like that. So
Yeah.
are you type of person that likes to write in like a quiet space or like a feng shui type lights low? Or are you like a daytime writer? Like when are most of your thought process or when do you find yourself writing?
I find myself, so first of all, I need quiet.
Yeah.
I can't function in chaos at all.
Yeah.
So when I'm ready to write, I have headphones in,
Nice.
whether it be soft music, instrumental, or old school
Nice.
R&B. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But I need that quiet time. I can't have people walking by. I can't
Yeah,
have the kids around.
for sure.
So I need that quiet time. Nighttime, I find those creative juices are flowing. That's why I'm up till 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes, because
Yeah.
I've just got the ideas coming and there's no distractions, no social media,
Nice.
no kids awake. So
Nice. That's
it's
when
good.
everything. Mom's done her duties for the day and
Yeah.
everything else, so she has her quiet time. And for instance, like, did you think that you'd be able to like? I mean, you started off with the first book, but did you see yourself writing 3 books though?
No.
No.
No. It was only after I became self-published and I thought to myself, well, you know what? I could do this.
Right.
You know, a lot of the things that we think we can't do,
Yeah.
we can. And once we do it, it's like
That's big.
easy. So now that I know how to publish a book, if I wanted to, I could publish a book a month.
Oh.
But
See, there you go. Like it's you see, and a lot of people like some of our lives are interesting, but I guess a lot of people just don't think of turning into a book. And from a book becomes a play. So do you expect that that you have 3 books out there, turn them into a play one day?
yes. So we had started the process of turning the first book into a feature film, actually.
Nice.
So, that's still in the works for the future. So many possibilities. Just writing the first book opened up so many doors.
Yeah.
You never know where things are going to take you.
Oh, I would love to see this. All right, well, this guys right here on Riot Radio, we have the Makini Smith right here, author and mentor. We're gonna cut to a short break right now. Go to some music right now. We have Xavier Hines Take Off, and we'll be right back. Don't change that dial. Makini Smith live on Riot Radio. That's right. Welcome back to RiotRadio.ca with your host, DJ Lady Supa at Canada Culture Meets World Culture with our lovely guest and mentor, author as well, Makini Smith in the building.
Hey.
That's right. We're back. We were just talking about some of the stuff that, she's been through and how she came about writing this book, things like that. We want to get into the struggles of success right now. So a lot of people don't know, like, there's always like a struggle before you get there, but a lot of people think that it's easy. The road, there's going to be a lot of obstacles and bumps and things like that. Tell me some of the obstacles or some of the journeys you met along the way while coming up writing these books.
For starters, I mean, there's always going to be people in every industry trying to take advantage of you if you don't know any better.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of authors out here that I've seen even around the time where I was coming out with mine or up until today being taken advantage of by so-called publishers or, people who know how to publish, charging them thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
Right.
Going through my first 2 publishers, expensive lesson. I think in total between the 2, probably around $15,000 or more.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Expensive lessons.
Wow.
Yeah.
For what? Sorry,
Right? For what?
My viewers and listeners out there, I heard 15,000. Okay, cool. For some, I mean, you see, and that's one of the things. If you don't know, and do your research. So you went through some of these things of trying to find out who the right fit and who to deal with, right?
Exactly. It can be expensive, so you gotta definitely do your due diligence, ask for references, talk to people.
Right.
I had a situation where I was asking people, should I go publish or self-publish, and I guess at the time nobody wanted to share that information. I don't know for what reason, but I had to find out the hard way.
You see, and this is the problem that we're having, and this is why, again, I created Canada Culture Meets World Culture, right? It's the fact that we're supposed to help each other on the way up. Like, if I know a connection or a link or whatever, why not share that with you, and we help build each other up, right? And it shouldn't be like even me, when I started off for DJing and stuff, it was a lot of like people didn't want to tell me, oh, what sites to go on to download music, things like that. Like, I mean, we shouldn't be fearful of like whether you're gonna surpass me in life. You know? I mean, if you're comfortable in your lane, you're comfortable in your lane.
There's enough blessings for everybody. It's not a competition.
Yeah, just hang in there. So you had a lot of that. What about some other friends that you have to lose along the way? Like, I always know that whole journey, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, even with that, when I went with the first publisher, there was a particular female who was in the process of writing her book. And I said to her, like, okay, what should I do? And she's like, oh, do you want to be with my publisher? You know, I'll hook you up. And I'm like, no. I want to earn this for myself. Right. So I said, is it okay if I contact them? She said, yes. I contacted the publisher. And when I got the publishing deal, she had a problem with it. She was upset. She's like, oh, you're trying to bite my whatever and blah. I don't know what her issue was.
It's a competition, right?
And I wish her all the best, but I haven't heard anybody that's ever read her book. But hey.
Hey, you see, and hey guys, listen, my viewers on Instagram right now that are live, and also the viewers out there, Riot Radio starting right now. Plug in if you just joined us with Makini Smith, of course. That's the thing, like what they don't realize is like sometimes you shut your own door by not helping somebody.
You block your own blessings when you're not being helpful. Yep.
Yeah, so if you can help, again, like just by being so, I say bad mind way, you know what I mean? Just by being bad mind, you know, it may happen to like sometimes. I mean, for me, it's like I don't mind like sharing that journey with somebody and actually seeing them. Why don't you want to see somebody rise? You could be like, you know what, I had a part of that. You know, exactly. I remember when she just came to me and look, here she is now, kind of thing, right? So, what about in the industry of just being like another author, or have you met other authors that actually gracefully took you in, like your book?
So yeah, I mean. And I guess this is why I'd say right now, if I check the stats, I believe 60 to 80% of my audience is in the U.S. Yeah. They have been beyond helpful. A lot of American authors and speakers have definitely reached open to collaborating with me, to giving me advice. Nice. You know, I could shoot them a DM and they'll say, hey, you know, why don't you try this, or why don't you do this, or come do an event with me here. Yeah. They are super helpful there.
You just got back from one event over in the States as well.
I just got back from New York City. Yeah, I did a book signing in New York City.
Oh, amazing. And that was, you did an affirmation, a French Institute Alliance. You were down there, right?
Yes.
For book signing. How was that?
That was amazing. Funny enough, I went down for a conference, and I was supposed to be signing books at the conference, and we sold out of the gratitude journal in the first hour of the conference. Yeah.
See, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, sweet. So that was awesome.
So wait, you take all 3 editions down there? And do book signing for all 3 of them?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's amazing. So they're getting 3 books, right? 1, 2, and 3. And book signing, and that's the next thing. It's like, Torontonians or Canadians, I'm not sure what it is, why you guys don't support your own until they make it big and across the border. And it's always like, even myself, I find like a lot of States people are just, they're willing to network, they're willing to help, they're willing to say,
they understand the business, they understand to link arms and let's do this, you know, as a group, we can make it further. Yeah, going forth and stuff. So other than the book signing and stuff, you also do mentoring, right? Yeah. And you do actually going around and doing inspirational or motivation speaking and stuff like that. Yes. You've been in the States a lot doing that as well. Yes.
A lot of people don't know. So those that just signed in, again, my viewers and listeners, tell them about you used to have a flair for flying, right? Right?
Yes.
But now they have you all over the place signing in and stuff?
Yeah, funny enough, I had a huge fear of flying, like ridiculous. Like I break into sweats, I shake, I vomit, like the whole 9 yards.
Goodness.
Yeah, it's really bad. And I needed to conquer that fear. Yeah. And I started doing small trips here and there, and I probably traveled like once or twice a year before. Yeah. But 2017, I probably traveled the most I've traveled in my entire life.
Oh, like, you see? Yeah. And God, this is your book took you there. You didn't have to walk though. See, you didn't have to walk in your stilettos. You got to fly in your stilettos this time, girl. All right, so you were actually in Africa, Cape Cod, right?
My first international book signing was in Cape Town, South Africa in February.
Nice. Yeah. See that?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you guys hear that? Your first book signing was where? Where did this book take you?
2017, yeah.
Not downtown Toronto or anything like that. No, on a plane on the other side of the world.
And you know what? People need to think outside of their area code.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I'm a Toronto author, yes. I live in Toronto, yes. But there are so many other industries around the world that can benefit from what we have here.
Yeah.
You know, just it was actually a women empowerment not-for-profit.
Nice.
That had me out there.
Yeah.
And, you know, we shared stories.
Mm-hmm. We have a lot of resources here in Canada alone, right? If we do support each other, and then of course touching the other parts of the world.
Yeah.
So Canada culture meets world culture. So you're that part. So how was the feel there? I know you had your fear for flying, but how was it being on that side of the world and then actually having your book and then you actually seeing the experience over there? I mean, it's different than how it is over here.
I mean, everywhere is different. The more that I travel, the more that I appreciate being here. Like, you know, everywhere is different, but I think we take for granted what we have here. Cape Town, South Africa was beyond beautiful.
Oh, amazing.
You know, that people, I guess growing up, you know, you think of Africa and you see the commercials with starving children and whatnot, and I'm like,
all the misleading
I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there.
Yeah, right?
You go there and it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, on this side you've got the ocean, and then you're in this area that looks so modern, and you look on this side and you've got the mountains. Like, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, so I can just imagine, you know. And again, like from real estate to being an author, book author, look where it took you.
Exactly.
Just by following your dreams and your passion,
Stepping out of my comfort zone and following my passion.
Yeah, so there's no more fear of flying, right, I guess?
You know, I still get a little bit nervous.
What?
But, you know, since then, I've got to go to, like, Paris and Amsterdam. And,
yeah.
So.
How was that?
Amazing.
All these experiences that you're adding to your journey.
You learn so much when you travel the world.
Yeah.
You know, we live here in North America, and we're in this bubble. And we think that everything is how it's supposed to be here. But you travel to all these different countries and you learn different cultures, different religions, different languages. It's just beautiful. Yeah, and then again, that opens up more for you to even write on. Exactly. There you go. Exactly. So another thing I want to even touch on and things like that is you have your book in Indigo and in chapters. It is in most major online bookstores. Nice. So if you go to iBooks, if you go to Barnes & Nobles, Amazon, Chapters, Kohl's, all that good stuff. Yes. I believe there's probably 80 plus online stores that it's in right now. See? And that's because why? You decided one day, hey, I'm going to be an author. And there you go, right? So you also did book signing as, you did it in Square One as well. You've been to, you did it in Ajax too. Right? And you've also did it in, there was another one. Yorkdale. That's right. We wanted to, you know, because I was doing so much work in the U.S. Yeah. I didn't want to forget my Toronto people. There you go. You know, I had a lot of women that messaged me. It's like, when are you doing your next event? How can we get in touch with you? You know, we want a signed copy. We don't want to order online, whatnot. Yeah. So we organized a Toronto tour. Nice. So through Indigo, we did Ajax, Yorkdale, and Square One. And book signing, right? Yeah. Do your hands get tired doing all that signing for a whole day kind of thing? No? It's not bad. No. How's that experience, though, for you? Like watching people come up with your book? It's been very humbling, honestly. It's been humbling. You know, there was a woman at the Ajax book signing. She had no idea who I was. She came into the bookstore to buy books for something else, and she works for a facility that houses young moms. Nice. And she picked up one of my information sheets, and we started talking, and I was telling her about my journey, and she just started crying. Oh. And she bought a whole set of books for one of the girls at the center. You know, they want me to come by and speak there. So it's humbling. Makini Smith, like, man, wow. You're doing it. You're touching the lives of the women out there and letting them know it's possible. I mean, again, for those that always thought of writing a book, you know, here it is. I mean, she started off with one book, and here we are on 3. So then we have the 111 affirmations to heal your, to help heal you. So how's this book different from this book? So what are we talking about in this one? Okay, so the second book, 111 affirmations to help you heal. After I had written the first book, and everyone's asking, well, how are you able to stay so positive? Right. For me, my source has been through prayer and affirmations. Nice. And they want to know, what affirmations am I using? Yeah. So it was pretty simple to just put them all into a book. So I've got women that actually, they cut out the pages and they have them in frames. Ah, yes. This is, so we made it large print. Okay. Yeah, so they cut out the pages and they have them in frames. I have women that, you know, this makes a lot of sense. Wall. I have prolific faith in my ability to succeed. I am healed, and I will heal others. Oh, so this is all daily affirmation. So when you wake up, it's like, so how do you come up with this concept? This is cool. So I had the opportunity to be connected to Bob Proctor, like I don't know if you're familiar. He was featured in the movie The Secret, but he's got a lot of so how do I say this? He's a thought leader. Yeah. And affirmations, being able to reprogram ourselves. Positive self-talk.
Yeah.
You know, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between fact and fiction.
Can you let them know this? Like, exactly.
So if you tell yourself a lie often enough, you actually start to believe it.
Exactly, and live that lie.
Exactly. Right. So, you know, I tell myself positive things every day.
Yeah.
And it's now who I am. It's what I believe.
And the more you walk with that and this positive affirmation and stuff is the more you start seeing your life coming together, right?
Yes.
I love that. Yeah. All right, so this is you know what? Only because I don't think you guys got a chance to see it. Look, for all my viewers out there, this is exactly what it looks like. So if you guys want an edition of this book or any one of these books, how do they get it? Because you have a website as well.
I do have a website, awalkinmystilettos.com, but they can go on any major bookstore's website and, and purchase it.
And your social media, how can they find you?
I am on Instagram. I've got an account for the book, which is A Walk in My Stilettos. My personal account is therealMakiniSmith. No, yeah, therealMakiniSmith.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. All right, so then another thing is like, the gratitude one. Now we jumped from that to a hardcover. Nice. And you're still doing a lot of these things yourself for promoting yourself, right? In terms of book publishing, things like that, right? And networking and reaching out. That's amazing. I like this. So now this one gets a little bit thicker as we're getting along.
It's a year's worth of journaling.
Yeah?
Yeah, 365 days.
Yes.
So you wake up every morning, you write down the 5 things that you're most grateful for, what you're going to focus on for the day, and what your affirmations are for the day.
Nice.
And at the end of the day, you write down what you wasted time on, what you're going to do, you know, better tomorrow.
So I like this because this is now you're getting your viewers, your listeners, or whoever is in touch with following you, and even getting one of your books involved in your book, so they get to write in this book.
Yeah, when we practice what we're grateful for, we're given more things to be grateful for.
You know, like you said again, just changing the mind and just having to say to yourself positive stuff each and every day, things you want to do. I mean, just put it out there, kind of thing, right? Yeah. Plant the seed and let it go, kind of thing.
I made it hardcover because I mean, some people bring their journals around or their notebooks around with them.
Yeah.
And that'll last you. It's not gonna, you know, fall apart in your purse or your backpack or whatever.
Yeah.
And because it's a year's worth, you're going to be using that pretty often. Yeah. And at the end of the year, you've got a collection of your year's greatest moments.
In one book.
In one book.
Wow, girl, you've done it. And I love the way this whole layout. So who came up with the concept in terms of the design of this? This is nice.
So the design for all 3 covers, his name is Kamar Martin. He's my kid's godfather, but he is like the best graphic designer ever in life.
Yeah, amazing work.
And together we've come up with all 3 covers.
Yeah. I like it because it's like, again, and it kind of speaks a journey as itself. Because look, you started off with this one, and then you get them involved to where you're actually involving your audience along the way.
That's what it's about.
Amazing. All right, so any other things like in terms of like who inspires you though? Who do you look up to?
Right now, I wouldn't say like no major big name that I look up to. I'm really inspired by everybody out there breaking glass ceilings.
Nice.
I feel like, you know, there's a lot of restrictions and a lot of, you know, we've got a lot of haters and negativity, but anyone breaking past that to accomplish their dreams and do what they got to do, to lead by example and help everyone else live a better life. You know, there's a few people like Michelle Obama and stuff like that but really there's so many women that are not big names that are doing amazing things in this world right now.
And that's the thing, because a lot of times we only look for the big names, especially on TV. Like a little girl might see, okay, like you said, with Oprah or somebody or whatever, and be like, I want to be like that, but not realizing somebody just next door to them going through the same struggles and making it through.
And that was the whole purpose of writing the book, for people can see, like, I'm actually severely introverted. So sometimes people meet me like, oh, you're stuck up. No, I'm just really shy.
You never know, man. When you get up every day and you look at your page, it's very inspiring.
Regardless, like you know what I mean? So it's about showing other people that they can do the same thing and being relatable. Yeah,
that's cool. I like that. I mean, another thing is like, I mean, a lot of times just little girls, like that's one of the things, and it starts by being a little girl because they tell themselves, or they believe that, you know, they're not good enough, they're not pretty enough, or what if this, that, and the third. We need to teach them how to love themselves more from a younger age.
As you say that, so I notice a difference in, you know, both my daughters are confident, but I notice a huge difference in the confidence in my girls. And my eldest, when she was young, she was a little baby, I used to stand her in front of the mirror and say, who's a princess? Who's a pretty girl? That's like stuck in her brain. So even though she's a tomboy, you can't tell her nothing. She knows, she's got confidence.
That's what I love, is just building up the confidence, and once they have that, they can aspire to do anything. Right? So again, and then he's just reading your book, so it's not really geared to any particular age. I mean, if you could read and you can pick up one of these books, kind of thing, right?
Like the majority of my audience is between, I'd say, 24 to 39. Yeah. But you know, like I said, I work with young teenage moms. I've got a lot of high school girls that love the books.
Right.
I've got men that love the books.
Yeah, of course, because we can't be biased. Men go through a lot too, especially just dealing with some of us women, try to understand us and who we are. You know what I mean? So we do give men some of the hard times. I know we're very emotional creatures, but that's what the gratitude journal is for.
For the men out there that want to build their kingdoms, there you go.
Yeah, so they can get involved as well. So talk about some of the stuff where you actually you've been in Love Cater Mag. You've also did some Pretty Women Hustle Mag and stuff. These are some other things I read off of your thing. Kingdom Boss Chick. What's these things? Let them know what are these things talking about right here.
So all of those things are actually collaborations from the U.S. Like I said,
nice.
You know, I go where I'm celebrated, not tolerated.
Yeah.
So a lot of my U.S. audience loves to connect with me. They love to reach out and ask to collaborate. So Love Carter Magazine, there's a guy named Donnell, Prince Donnell from Philly, and that's his brand, and it's about empowering women. And I happened to be in Philly.
Nice.
And so they did a feature on me talking about moms still living their purpose and being able to still be a good mom. So there's a video clip of that on his Instagram. I believe I reposted it on my own.
Nice.
The Pretty Women Hustle, that was a blog feature that was done on being a hustler. You know, there's so a lot of people assume, you know, pretty girls are not so smart.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a misinterpretation of that, because you're hustling. You're hustling. You don't have to have a pair of Jordans on, guys. You don't have to have a pair of Jordans on to hustle.
Yeah.
She's walking in stilettos and she's hustling. Yeah. So you're your own walking corporation for yourself.
Basically.
I like that. Yeah. So again, you gotta love it. You got a lot of love in the States and things like that. Is there anything that you want to see yourself doing as a collabo, like bringing something from over there to here, or taking your platform to over there?
I have done a few events where I've brought, you know, big authors from the U.S. here, like Rob Hill Sr., Derek Jackson.
Shout out to them.
You know, amazing to collaborate with.
Yeah.
So I have done that where I brought them here, but I've gotten the feedback that, you know, a lot of Toronto people are like, well, why does everything have to come from the U.S.? I'm like, you know what, I'll just stay in my own lane. I will continue to cross over the border, do what I gotta do.
Of course. We say that, but they don't understand. Like, again, it's like they're always just hands-on ready. Especially when it comes to us Canadians, they're game. They're like, yeah, you're from Canada? Like, I want to work with you.
I get the most amount of love when I go places and I tell them I'm from Canada. Like, even when I was going to Paris and everyone's like, oh, they don't, you know, they don't like Americans, or they don't like Afro-Americans or whatever. Yeah. As soon as I got there, I had a little Canadian flag pin on my jacket, one on my purse. Anytime they ask me where I'm from Canada. Oh, Canada, we love you. I had the greatest time.
That's amazing, because even like when I went to Atlanta this year, you know, shout out to Big Move over there. When I went to Atlanta in King CO, it's the same thing. It was like, yo, man, oh, look. I was like, yo, what? And then you go down the street to some friends that you grew up with, be like, hey, what's up? You know, or hey, make sure you cop this, and they're not as supportive, right? Which can be kind of like, you know, for people trying to get their business started. Like I always say, don't just look for the audience that is here, because again, it's always across the border. Like that's why they say, oh, Drake's always over there, or Bieber, all these guys, because of the fact that as soon as they get over there, it's like
they show them love and they're
hospitality right off the bat, right? So I like that. We're gonna get into another music break right now, but guys, those that are just logging on the Insta Live, and those are on RiotRadio.ca, we are here live with your host, me, DJ Lady Supa at Canada Culture Meets World Culture, with my special guest, author and mentor, Makini Smith. Let's cut to a music break right now. We're gonna get into Gucci Man featuring Migos. Get that bag. Is that what you're doing? Getting that bag. Let's go.
I hopped in my bag.
Yeah, what's going on, my viewers and listeners out there? Welcome back to Riot Radio.ca with your host, DJ Lady Supa at Canada Culture Meets World Culture, with my special, amazing guest that's been in the building, author and mentor, Makini Smith. That's right. So let's get into another couple things here. We touched on, you know, your whole journey and what the books are about, things like that. But I also want to touch on you being Procter & Gamble consultant.
Procter & Gallagher consultant.
Gallagher.
Yes. So it's basically a transformational coach. So it's thinking into results. So like I said, a couple years ago, I had the opportunity to be close and mentored by the Procter family. So Bob Procter, Linda Procter, and Colleen Procter.
Nice.
Amazing family, and very supportive. So Linda Procter actually wrote the foreword for my first book.
Oh, beautiful.
For those of you who don't know who Bob Procter is, he was featured in the movie The Secret. He's a thought leader, best-selling author, the whole 9 yards. And I wanted to take my mentoring up a level. and I decided to invest in their coaching program.
Nice.
And now I'm a consultant. So anyone who is tired, sick and tired of being tired, and ready to reach those goals and to execute, there's a Thinking into Results program.
Yes.
Just hit me up.
And you got that. Exactly. So how's that been for you in terms of another part of your journey? How do you like adding that to it?
It's definitely taken things up another level.
Yeah.
You know, I've already been known for breaking glass ceilings and teaching millennial women to do the same.
Right.
And I am actually learning like the actual tools and strategy used from, you know, men like Napoleon Hill through Think and Grow Rich and all of those principles to actually get it done.
Yes,
and how our brain actually works. It's amazing.
Exactly, which I like to. And in terms of, you also, they could actually book you in terms of doing mentoring, things like that. If they want to do that, how do they get hold of you for that?
They can go to my website, or they can send me an email at info@awakamistilettos.com.
Right.
On the website, awakamistilettos.com, and the link to my Thinking into Results website should be live by tomorrow. So.
Okay, so they can follow along with that as well. So again, if they want to actually have you for, because you've actually been on the Breakfast Club too, right?
I've been on, I've been on most, if not all, of Canada's major media platforms. I've been on a lot of the US major platforms and a few of the national platforms in Africa. Canada AM, Breakfast Television, like CBC, all those,
Yeah, so like again, I love that, because it's like, again, you're introvert, but then when it comes time to being in front of everything, it kind of doesn't come off that way, no?
The anxiety, you guys just can't see it. You can't see it.
Yeah, shake that.
No, there was actually when I was on, which one was it? I believe it was Canada AM. I was actually pitching. So I was having Rob Hill Sr. come here to do. He was hosting my second book launch.
Yes.
And I was pitching him to be on the show. Yeah. And they're like, oh, but you're an author as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, well, you're from Canada, right? Yeah. I'm like, well, why don't we have you both on? I'm like,
there you go. Good opportunity, just opportunity.
That, right? Like I all of these pitches for all these major media platforms all basically just came to me. I didn't have to do it myself.
Well, and again, that's when you actually go through the right doors and everything else after being through hearing no, this, that, and
confirmation I'm doing something right.
There you go. Yeah. So, I mean, if there's anything that you could say to help inspire women out there, like what is one of your major things that you tell them, apart from I asked you earlier on in the show, but if they want to get to the level of success and like from where you started to where you are now, what are things that or some tips that you could give them?
So, I mean, there's a huge gap in what we know versus what we actually do.
Right.
I feel like people spend years upon years gathering information and gathering knowledge, but they actually just need to execute.
Exactly.
Just execute.
Yeah. And then give back as well, because one of the things we fail to understand in this journey is giving back.
That's a big thing to me. You know, my tagline is give thanks by giving.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. So any clothing line? Do you expect any clothing line coming from this soon? I know there's.
I'm working on it.
What are you doing for 2018? What's good or what's new for you coming up in 2018 from Makini Smith?
Well, here's a lesson I learned, because I used to announce my next move all the time.
There you go.
And you know, sometimes it's just negative energy that doesn't want you to
try to block
stuff,
you and stuff.
So
Yeah.
I just keep quiet until it's ready, and then
kind of like incubate it and then let it grow, kind of thing, and then put it out there.
Yeah.
That's sweet. So you see. So what's the journey like for you? So you're forever. You saw yourself starting as an author. So is this gonna be the platform that you're gonna take? Like just continue writing books and things?
I am really enjoying the whole mentoring side of it, watching people transform, watching people who were once afraid or terrified to take action and do something in life. You know, they were held back by what they were told by somebody else or someone else that had broken their spirit, and watch them like succeed. Yeah. You know, one of my mentors is now a contributor for a major blog. She's taken her passion and she's helping other people feel beautiful about themselves. So
there you go, man.
That's where I get excited.
That's beautiful. Tell them about the contest that you got coming up. You got a winter contest that you have coming up, or a winter drive? Is it a winter Christmas?
It's a Christmas drive.
Christmas, yeah.
So I'm a big advocate for giving back, and because I was a young mom, I like to support other young moms, and I do some give back work to the Massey Center.
Yes.
And we're doing a Christmas drive right now, my girlfriend and I, her name's Angel, and we are collecting donations for the young moms for Christmas, because a lot of these girls, their family has disowned them, they don't have the funds to do certain things. I know that the center gets donations for the babies, but I want the moms to feel special.
Of course.
So we're collecting items from, you know, gift cards to cosmetics to you know,
And just giving back and
just
things
to
like
make
that.
them feel good.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. And but you have another contest as well coming up. What's that about?
So on my Instagram, on both the book Instagram and my personal Instagram.
Send them to your Instagram. What's your Instagram again?
therealMakiniSmith.
Yeah.
Or A Walk in My Stilettos. There's a contest. We're giving away a copy of the gratitude journal, $45 US value. And all you really have to write is what you're grateful for.
See, it's that easy, not simple, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize wake up and be grateful just for the fact that we're waking up.
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
that. Listen, thank you so much for coming here on the show at RiotRadio.ca. Obviously, keep on branding this for our listeners and our viewers out there.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a special opportunity because you're very busy. I try to get you in a lot of times, and you've been just traveling in and out, right? So your passport's just probably getting filled up right now.
I've actually literally run out of pages in my passport.
Sweet.
I swear to you, I have to renew my passport right now because I'd like to travel next month again.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I mean, like, that's sweet, see?
Yeah.
See, you went from that, you having a fair flying, to now you need another passport.
Yeah.
So anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
See? So, again, at RiotRadio.ca, me, your host, you can find me at DJ Lady Supa at Instagram, and also your Instagram and your social media.
therealMakiniSmith.
Get with it, man. Each and every Thursday at 4 p.m. Keep it locked and loaded. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And just sign on. And then, more people. You guys want to be a guest on this show? Hit me up. DJLadySupa@gmail.com. Again, or social media. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. Thank my staff, of course. Next music, we're going into Nav right now. Wanted You, Future Little Uzi Vert. We're signing off here at RiotRadio.ca. Thank you guys.